Hello, what's up? It's been a minute since I filmed a video in my car, but let me just tell you the story that just happened. I went to drop some things off, and then as I was driving, I see this cute German Shepherd, and he's just running on the street by himself. No owner, nothing, and then another car that's trying to follow him, I guess, but ended up going into this parking lot with the other car, and then a third car joined us. None of us were the owner, obviously. And then the two ladies from each car, they were so nice. They came down, they brought some food. One of them had fresh ground beef, which worked great to get the dog to stay and eat some of it. They gave him water. But it was just so nice to see kindness and caring for animals, for each other, just love in general. This is so random, but I just wanted to share that. It was lovely to witness, great to witness. They did call animal control to report a found dog, I guess, not a lost dog. What's going on with my voice here? But anyways, so today what I want to talk about is the journey of becoming your best self, because you definitely can, okay? First of all, let's start off by saying, take it slow. I know you have all these dreams, I know you have all these aspirations, but trust me, the journey is more important than the destination. It's how you cultivate each day. It's how you grow each day. It's about how each day you become 1% better. You don't have to jump from step 0 to 100 in one day. No, it's literally just about being 1% better. If you can try to find one thing that you can do better today than you did yesterday, over time, that will increment and that will build up to astounding results over the long run. The secret of life is in our habits. It's in our routines. It's in our day-to-day. People don't become a success overnight. You have to remember this. They don't become a success in a week or a short period of time. Often when you try to push yourself too hard in a short amount of time, that will actually may look like you're getting somewhere, but in the long run, it's going to result in burnout, which then is just going to set you all the way back to point zero, if not sometimes even further back than point zero. And trust me, we all know we don't want to get there. So the key is not about major changes or major accomplishments. The key is actually about small, subtle, incremental, positive steps towards your aligned goal. It's about cultivating a mindset of daily growth, daily evolution. Like I said, again, how can I today be 1% better than yesterday? Accomplish one task better than yesterday? Be a little bit more efficient than yesterday? Make healthier choices today than yesterday? If you keep that as your mindset, then over time, those changes will accumulate to astounding results. It's going to be like an exponential result. Have you ever seen an exponential graph? At first, it looks like it's going straight, like you see no progress. There might even be a dip where you think you're doing less than before. But trust me, if you keep going, there is a certain threshold point that once you pass that point, it will all skyrocket. And that's all it takes. So that really reminds you to don't give up, keep going, keep pushing, and it will all add up. It's not going to waste. Trust me. All your results will pay off in the end. Also, be gentle with yourself. Love yourself. Treat yourself how you would treat a child. Would you be harsh on the child? No. Would you be loving and encouraging to the child? Absolutely. I want you to treat yourself in that same exact way. I want you to show love, kindness, and respect to yourself. Because in the end, ultimately, everything stems first from how you treat yourself. Your relationship with yourself is actually the basis of every other single relationship that you will have in your life with everyone else. Your relationship with yourself is the foundation, is the groundwork of establishing the standard of how your other relationships with other people will be or look like. It literally all starts with you. This took me a long time to realize, unfortunately, but here we are, better late than never, right? So it's important to really know that you lay the groundwork. You set the standard. The way you love yourself will teach others how to love you. Have you ever heard that quote? Because it is so true. Most times, negative behavior or emotion stems from personal issues. Okay, I digress. I don't know where I'm going with that. Let's get back on track. Put time into loving and caring for yourself, just like how you would water a plant. Make sure it's in sunlight. Make sure that it has all its nutrients, creating an optimal environment for its growth. You must do the same with yourself. You have to nurture yourself. You have to develop yourself. Again, things are not going to happen overnight. Just as how a seed or a tree or a flower grows, it doesn't happen overnight. It's an accumulation of time. That in that moment or in a short span of time, it looks like there is no progress. But once you take a bigger step back or take a larger look at the picture, then you'll see the growth, and you'll be astounded by how much growth has developed in that time. Remember, the secret is consistency, is to really hold yourself accountable, even on those hard days, even on those days when you don't feel like it, even when you have those bad days, because let's be honest, we all have them. We all have those days. We're all human. It happens. Life is ebbs and flow, up and down. It's like the wave. There is nothing constant. The only constant is actually change. It's the evolution, the cycles, the changes, the cycles. I said that already. But literally, that's what life is. It's about the evolution, the progress, the growth, the diversification. And once you learn to embrace the change and go with the flow, you'll be astounded how beautiful life can be. Because everything that happens to you is actually trying to teach you something, is actually trying to help you get to the best version of yourself. No matter how tough or bad it might seem in the moment, just know that in the long run, you're going to look back and you're going to understand, wow, this had to happen so that I can learn this, so that I can get here. Like Steve Jobs said, you can only connect the dots looking backwards. And just know that you will also be able to connect them looking forward. You can't connect them looking forward, but only looking backwards. But just know that they will connect in the future. Kind of messed up his quote, but you get the idea. It's so true. It's so true. No matter how tough things get, or how confusing things get, or how dumbfounded you are in a situation and asking, why did this happen? Just know and believe and have faith in God that this is all part of his master plan, because he is the ultimate planner and he is guiding us to our highest version of ourselves, to our highest path, because that's what we're here to do on this earth. Our soul came here to evolve, to progress, to flourish, to change, to grow, to learn, to experience. And unfortunately, sometimes the most growth and evolution and change comes from the difficult things, from the hard things, from the pain, from the hurt, from the sadness. But just know as the law of polarity. For every hardship, there will be an equal or greater abundance or gift waiting for you. I didn't know what to think of the word right there, but you know what I mean. A better circumstance waiting for you, because that's life. It's the law of polarity, the law of duality. Everything has its opposite counterpart. I think these are some important laws that if you keep in mind, you'll be able to really progress and just see yourself blossom into the beautiful human being that you are. We're all so beautiful. We're all so unique. And we're all so important. You are here for a reason. You were divinely mated in God's image. If you think about the odds of us existing, it's actually astounding. Like, it would, the calculation of it makes no sense. But here we are. We have a soul in a meat body, as they would say, or in a physical body. And we're all collectively living together, hopefully in unity and in harmony, all on this beautiful earth, this floating rock in the middle of space with 1 million or 1 billion other planets. Just that thought alone gives me goosebumps. And if you think about how many of us are here, that's also wild. But each single one of us is here for a purpose. God brought us here for a purpose. There is a reason. And if you feel like you haven't if you feel like you don't know that reason, it's because you haven't gone deep within yourself. Again, like I said, it all starts with the foundation of the relationship that you cultivate with yourself. You have to reach a point of self-discovery, a deep understanding of yourself, of who you are as an individual. What do you like? What do you not like? What are your dreams? What are you good at? What could you work on? What are your strengths? What are your challenges? What are your passions? What are your hobbies? What are you good at? What do people feel when they're around your presence? What do you bring out in them? Hopefully you bring out the best in them. I want you to know that you are so loved and you are so divinely guided. Just know that it's all going to work out. Once you establish this connection with God, you have to have a connection with God, because He is our creator. And none of this would be possible without Him. Cultivating that relationship with Him will give you such an ease of mind, because then you can know and trust in Him and know that He will guide you and that He has your back and that He has your best intention in alignment. He will guide you there. He will get you there. He's here to help you, and He will help you. And you just have to give it to Him. You pray, you say, Lord, this is what's on my mind. This is what I want. This is what I'm challenged with. And I give it to You to give me the solution, to show me the way forward, to show me the path, to take me to the best and highest path. Because He will. He always will. He always has, and He always will. He is there with you every single step of the way. You are never alone. Ever. Never. You're always loved. You're always cherished. And I really want you to take some time aside for yourself. I want you to treat yourself like you would treat your 6-year-old self. Pull out some old pictures. Look at your younger self. Imagine sitting down with them and having a conversation. What would you tell them? What would you encourage them? Would you hug them? What would you say to them? You'd probably say, "We're doing so good. Most of our dreams came true. We're still working on getting them all true. Life is so beautiful. Life is so wonderful. And I want you to always remember that child. Always, always, always. In every single decision you make in your life, I want you to have that child in the back of your brain and think how your decision will affect yourself, your inner child. Because if you are able to make smart choices, good choices, then you'll have a good life. Life is really all about choices. It's what are you going to choose? That we live in America. We have, for most things, freedom of choice. And it all comes down to decisions, other than habits. But your habits are a part of your decisions. What are you deciding to make a habit, right? So the base factor here is your decisions. If you just be smart with your decisions, be intentional with your decisions, you'll see how beautiful your life will play out. Intention, that's another word I really want you to focus on. What is your end goal? What are you trying to accomplish? What do you want to happen when you are making certain decisions? When you have that in mind, it changes the whole perspective. Honestly, it's all about being more present, being more in the now, being more aware of your consciousness and being tapped in with that divine intelligence of the universe, which is God. It's all about that. And try always to make sure that you have a high vibrational frequency. When you're vibrating at a higher frequency, you're going to attract better things because your vibration will be at a higher level. And like Nikola Tesla said, everything in life is vibrations and frequencies. He said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe, you have to understand frequency. Because we're all emitting energy and frequency. That's exactly it. So try always to put yourself in a higher state of frequency, a higher state of energy, which will be love, joy, gratitude, enlightenment, bliss, freedom. These are all energies that you want to feel and stay in and remind yourself to be, because that's how you will attract and open more doors of that same like frequency. Try to stay out of the more negative frequencies, the lower frequencies, which are fear, guilt, shame, depression. I know it's easier said than done, but believe me, it is doable. It's not impossible. Easiest way that I can think of, since I am outside, is to go outside, spend time in nature. This is so important. Spending that time in nature automatically cleanses your energy and aura without you even having to do anything. You can just go on a simple walk in a park or on a hike and just see how your energy will change. Being outside removes the negative energy surrounding you, especially also the beach, because of the sand and the salt from the sand and the water. It will cleanse you. It will cleanse you and recharge you and remove all that negative energy around you and leave you feeling more fulfilled, more in a state of bliss, in a state of relaxation. I really want you to focus on being in the present. Remember, that's all that we have is actually right now. There is no past, it's already gone, and there is no future, it's not here yet. All you have is this instant moment, and it's a series of collective instant moments. Moments like right now, like right now, like right now. Do you get what I'm saying? Just do things that you enjoy. Put on your favorite shirt. Put on your favorite song. Take a dance. Dance a little. Wiggle your hips. Shimmy your shoulders. Read some funny jokes. Go on YouTube and put comedy skits. I used to do that. Back when I used to work in a cubicle job, I would not feel well and I would feel down. I would be in those negative, lower energy frequencies. Guess what I used to do? I used to go on YouTube, put on a comedy show. My favorite was Pete Davidson. And I would just sit there with my headphones in and laugh. Because laughter raises your vibration. You are, again, releasing the negative energy and flowing into a higher state of vibration. Do things that you enjoy. That's why we are here on this earth. We were not meant to suffer. We were not created to suffer. We are created to enjoy life, to enjoy fulfillment, to experience fulfillment. That's the whole reason we're here. Do things you love, go to places you love, listen to things you love. That's the whole point. What's that trend? Almost forgot this was the whole point. Literally. Right on, spot on, because that's why we're here. Remind yourself, when you get too caught up in the minutia of this worldly matters, remember, wait a second, I won't be here for a long time, and ultimately I don't know when my expiration date is, so let me make sure that I'm actually enjoying myself right now. No matter what's going on in your life, I promise you can. I know there are some difficult circumstances, and I do not wish that upon anybody. You know, I know sometimes life can get hard, can get difficult, can get dark. But just know that you are not alone and that you will prevail, because God is always there and He will always help. My aunt is, fighting breast cancer, and she has 5 kids. So I know that it can get difficult, but it's all about your will. So this is very important actually, because it all starts in the mental. Life is a mental game. Everything starts with your imagination and what you create in your head, and then it gets reflected out into your outer world. Have you ever heard the quote that your outer world is a reflection of your inner world? That is because it's a mental game. Life is a mental game. Our thoughts and emotion in our brain will become like a projector and project onto the outer world. So that's why it all stems with what your beliefs are. What do you believe in? What do you think about? If you have negative beliefs, trust me, that will play out into your outer reality, because we are a self-fulfilling prophecy. Our body and our mind, and the way the universe works is that it affirms to you what you believe is true. It doesn't care what you believe. It really doesn't care. That's the craziest part. It doesn't care if you think that you're sick or healthy or beautiful or ugly or lonely or friendly. It doesn't care what you think. It just cares to make sure that what you think actually becomes true. Your truth becomes your reality. It literally is a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's like a projector. So what you think and believe and feel, that will ultimately be portrayed in your outer reality, which is wild. It literally means that you can just create any version of yourself that you want. Of course, you have to put in actionable steps towards that goal, but you can literally pick any sort of character that you want for yourself. I mean, like character traits, which is wild, because it's literally you're the master of your own game. You are the main character of your game, and every single day you are choosing. Every single choice, you are cultivating your life. You are reinforcing your belief systems. So it all starts with you. It starts with how you think, what you feel, and what you believe to be true. If you can change those 3 things, you can change your whole life. It's that simple, which is wild, because and this is what they don't want you to know, by the way. because they want you to be stuck and trapped. But that's a whole other topic. I digress. So I want you to promise yourself. I was going to say promise me, but I'm irrelevant. I'm just here to help you, guide you on your journey, because that's what I want to do. But I digress. I want you to keep that in mind and think about your dream ideal version. What would they be? What would they do? What would they look like? How would they act? Really think about this. There are no limits, so don't put any limits, because this is your imagination. Your imagination is a free form land, okay? You could do anything there, so don't put any limits on your imagination, okay? Think about that deeply and meditate on it. Think about what kind of individual would you like to cultivate? What is your ideal state? Think about that, meditate on them, feel how they would feel. And then you'll see how elevated you feel. And once you're done meditating, I ask you to do actionable steps that you think your ideal person would do. And that right there, my friend, will open your door to your dream life. And that's it. Isn't that amazing? All right. I love you so much. If this resonated with you, click that subscribe button. Leave a comment. Let me know what your thoughts are, what you're going through. I love to read your comments. And if you like this video, if you resonated with anything that I said, hit that like button, share it with a friend. And I'll see you next time, and we can help each other grow into the best version of ourselves and attain our highest path. Thank you, God. All praise to the Most High. Love you, and take care of yourself.